वक्त था वक्त मसीहा न किसी और का वक्त मैं ना आता तो कोई और ही आया होता।
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This na MTA Africa from we studios na Salon. Una welcome to another edition of the program Hidden Treasures. Hidden Treasures na that program where we discuss the books and way the promised Messiah don't write in defense of Islam and the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so far, it don't cover so many subject matters for the one day we be say they're ready for take benefit from them books they are. As Insa self don't write and declare say, Voka zayen jo hazarun sal se mod funte, ab me deta hun agar koi mile umidwar. You see that that gentry we don't hide over 1,000 years. You see now at the distribute them to that posse we ready for acceptance. Today, we can discuss one part of the books where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write, where Noah's Ark, and he write this book here in the year 1902, who said the promised Messiah alayhi salam be for describe the house we say we they live, for say if he bad like Noah's Ark, and he say in Nature be say God Almighty don't make a promise for say he go protect them from the calamity of the plague. So for the detailed discussion of this book here, so today I get two brothers then from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat na Salon. Na mi immediate right I get brother Hassan Sisi Sab. Na mi far right I get brother Ahmad Alfa Sahib. Mi brother them now welcome to the program Hidden Treasures. My brother them, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I tell her, Boku thank you, we una don't join me for can discuss this book, Noah's Ark. Of course, this is a continuation of the last program we don't discuss today. Some of the things then where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write inside this book. So today we continue from we tap last time. Inside this book, the promised Messiah alayhi salam, they don't write and present proofs for sure say that Nabila Isa alayhi salam not died at the cross, but rather he died a natural death. So the proofs where he don't present inside this book, I go request we brother Hassan Sisesa for make go explain to Fambulen how the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't bring proofs for sure say really Nabila Isa alayhi salam not died at the cross, but rather he died a natural death.
Jazakumullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Yeah, indeed, the concept or the idea of Anabi Isa alayhi salam in Taiwan, now one pan the prominent topic them way they inside the book Noah's Ark. And when the promised Messiah alayhi salam they present these aspects of the book, firstly, it make known that let we know for certain that Anabi Isa alayhi salam don't die a natural death. No. And he don't die them Beram na Kanyar inside Kashmir. So he make this one clear. And he not just make a claim, but he also make clear that the religious book don't talk and self don't confirm in Taiwan. And for make we go get a clear picture as to how he present this one, he take we to the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 118. And the ayah where he quotes part of he quotes say, فَلَمَّا تَوَفَيْتَنِي كُنْتَ أَنْتَ رَكِيبَ عَلَيْهِمْ. That this na be a kind of conversation between Anabi Isa alayhi and Allah the Almighty, according to the report of the Holy Quran, that here in a case Wusai Anabi Isa alayhi they build in defense of himself, that not to him being tell and people for make them go take him as God or for make them go worship him. So for respond to this discussion between Allah the Almighty being therefore according to the Holy Quran say falamma tawafaitani kunta anta rakiba alayhim, that since when you cause me for die, you Allah the Almighty naibi don't be a watcher over them. Yeah. So the promised Messiah al-Islam, he explained this verse clearly for make we go understand that firstly this verse does establish the fact say Anabi Isa alayhi salatu wasalam don't die. And secondly, he no go come back again na the dunya in physical self. He say if naso it be, then anauzubillah, from this statement, Anabi Isa alayhi salam go don kind of tell lie. How he go can deny say, I not be no waiting don't they happen since I not been there, which of course it did. So if naso it be, then he go don't tell a lie. So the promised Messiah alayhi salam say, no, the actual fact remains that say he don't die a natural death and he not go come again. Further, for back up the argument to the promised Messiah al-Islam, he also take way to the incident of the Miraj, that when the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went in go pada in spiritual journey, among the one day way he meet, doing this because of in journey, the Prophet the way he be meet, and Nabi Isa alayhi salatu wasalam been there among them, where this na testament to the fact say, himself don't die a natural death. And only one day we meet the Prophet, the way meet the Prophet, then we be done passed away. And even in the lifetime of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to the promised Messiah alayhi salam, himself, verses then there in the Quran where they say, Prophet them all will come before him, they all done passed away. Another aspect again where he make in presentation in the book, na Husai he highlights this fact that if after 2,000 years since the time where Anabi Isa alayhi salam be making appearance in the dunya, and still other people and believe say physically they are alive, he said this na a kind of way where they exalt her and also equal to the status of God Almighty, that in they die. And this one, if not so happen, he said they don't strongly go against waiting the Holy Quran don't teach, because Quran don't establish the fact say every mortal man will appear in the dunya, he must get a time where he don't pass away, and every mortal man must taste the death. Yes, he must taste death. So if Anabi Isa no pass through that stage, that it means that there is all time. So a kind of godlike way. This one is completely day against waiting the Holy Quran don't teach.
Jazakumullah for this beautiful explanation where it don't give with regards to the death of Jesus Christ alayhi salam. Of course, we don't understand that from the Quran. You don't explain very well for say indeed Nabila Isa alayhi salam don't die a natural die, and indeed he further explain for say the one day we get that ideology for say Nabila Isa alayhi salam, in order he get for come back, if over 2,000 years till now then get that belief for say get for come back, it means the one for take Nabila Isa to the status of God, auzubillah min zalik, because the Quran don't make him known and clear for say anybody so far will be say he get a soul, he gets a life, he must taste the bitterness of death. Jazakallah for this beautiful explanation where he don't give. The other thing where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write inside this book, Noah's Ark, he be therefore write some of the criteria that we go make somebody we don't sign the bayat as an Ahmadi we be say then they go pray in your faith. The promised Messiah alayhi salam be therefore outline the thing and they beautifully inside this book. They request brother Alpha Sahab for make he go bring that explanation there to Fambulem.
Yes, Jazakallahu khairan, Sahab. The promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam be right inside this book, Noah's Ark. It talks say the one day when members of Injamat, the Ahmadiyya people, the way they don't sign bayat, they not only look at the bayat, say where they don't sign, say where I don't sign bayat, that meaning I don't free from other aspects of life. I only get for go about my activities and that way they do. It put strict laws and say you don't sign the bayat, then they know they qualify you alone for let you be a member of Injamat. Waiting at one of the things that we do. He say one, if you don't sign that bayat, then na just one condition. One of the things where you get for do, you call for the pray 5 daily prayers fervently. Then they will be part and parcel of you as an Ahmadi. Then two, you don't sign bayat, you get for be somebody where you get for be good in a society, good in the sense you get for be very much open up to the neighbors the way you get. Anytime where you get something way good, you get for share with your neighbors then. You don't sign bayat as an Ahmadi. You don't see say you na Ahmadi. You get for be somebody way you get for abide with Islamic principles where the Holy Quran don't talk about the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Any one of them laws and the way the Prophet been put, where he been the worker with, where God Almighty be commander for, let it tell him in Sahabas, you know, for deviate from anyone. Then if you don't sign bayat as an Ahmadi, you get for be very much good to your family members, especially your wife, you picking them, and even the one that way then they very close to you. You get for be very good to them. You know, go there, you neglect your family members as an Ahmadi, then you they go out for do good to other people. There at the end of the day, you home day, they deprive. Say you're not a member of in community because the religion where they practice, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he be always they tell in Sahabas and say then therefore give preference to the family members. Then he say you don't sign bayat again, you ain't a Jamaat member, you don't sign that bayat day. Then you for always ready for fair defend the Jamaat in anywhere or even Islam. Any side where you sit down, posse they talk bad about Islam, he say you get for tell the posse. If you're not able to tell the posse at that point, then you get for common at the place. But you know for sit down other side, posse they talk about Ahmadiyya Jamaat, if they talk bad thing about the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, then you sit down there, they listen that kind of posse they, you know they give any remarks or anything, you know able defend that, you know they able talk anything we pertain to the Jamaat in good one. You just sit down there no more there, they listen. Even further go further for tell we say you don't sign bayat, ignore get for involved in the other gambles in them. Like way people then can in a country, for example, some countries and they then they play then international gamble the way then they play. Say you in a Jamaat member, you get for the free from that and they, you know, for do anything. We go poorly faith as a Muslim, you know, for play gamble, you know, for do adultery, meaning you get for the deviate yourself from then fornication, then, you know, for they like person where they do bad havoc in a society where people then they point and you say, pardon, they the kind way it be Ahmadiyya person will not they understand. They don't show say then are the best people that way God Almighty don't create because they don't follow the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam. But when you check them, they know they practice that kind of way, then they say you get for be a very good example in society. This me and some of the things that we mention inside this book known as Arks.
Jazakumullah sana jaza for this beautiful explanation where it don't give with regards to the thing them as an Ahmadi we don't sign bayat for say that they poorly feel that they make you go out of you know the full of Ahmadiyyat. One parenting then they of course the promise we get for put and bulk together for make you go understand easily say all the commandments of God Almighty and the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you go against them, must not say you don't go out of the full of in Jama. Then you say you need to be good to your wife, in family members then, your family members then you know for involve yourself by anything when gamble business and of course bamboo business if for left. So all of them here if you avoid them, otherwise you take yourself out of the full of the Jama of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Jazakallah for this beautiful explanation where it don't give. The other thing again where the promised Messiah alayhi salam all right inside this book Noah's Ark, you know, he gave for quote one verse from Surah Maryam verse 72 where say wa in minkum illa wariduha kana ala rabbika hatman maqdiyya. Women say that and none of una but will surely come to that, and this nothing will be say God Almighty he don't declare. So the promised Messiah after where he don't quote this verse of the Quran, he began for give beautiful explanation towards this particular verse of the Quran. So the explanation where the promised Messiah don't give honor this verse inside this book, they request brother Hassan Sisisa for making go explain to family where they watch this program.
Yeah, now a very important ayah from the Holy Quran where the promised Messiah والسلام, a quote, and a very important for make we go get the analysis where in itself again after we don't quote this very important ayah let we understand them better. And when they analyze the promised Messiah والسلام, say he say una way they do evil and self una way they do good. He say non pauna from among una, no they will not go pass through the fire of hell. But this is not a kind of parable. I go for that for break and down for we for make we go understand and what it mean. And for that he say that person we go throw himself into this fire here for the sake of God, such person he go save and go get alafia. But the person we go to weigh himself na this fire for the sake of dying in ourselves, we the lead them for do bad, for do evil, he say such person balo go for them pagam. And say, so, blessing they by the one that we wage war with them in ourselves for the sake of God Almighty, so that they go change their way and become better people. And self, it says, swear they by the one that we go wage war with God for their own soul, and self, they act against God Almighty in will. And he say, whatsoever we go ignore the will of God Almighty for the sake of your inner self, he says, such person let you know, say, and not go enter the Jannah, and not go able to make heaven. He says, so for that reason, they on our try on our best, so that not even a single dot or iota of the Holy Quran go testify against una, and self go make una go get punishment. So una for try on our best for ensure say una live up to the expectation of the Holy Quran. And he say, if na small evil self somebody do, way small, he say, be rest assured, say, punishment day for that evil day way the person do. And he go further for tell you about the importance of time. The Lord will say, time a very much short. This life will they live now a very short life. No. And anytime old age can come. He say, so therefore, Lord will consider what we will present before God Almighty tomorrow after we go don't die. No. So it means we get for make preparation now this life for the hereafter, so that tomorrow we'll get a better account for give to God Almighty in terms of good ways, in terms of how we worship God Almighty, and in terms of how we do for serve humanity, those way they around we for make the good for benefit from our life. Just like how we mentioned, the brother mentioned the expectation, you know, where the promised Messiah Islam get for the one them way don't enter into in boots, we don't join in Jama. That one now one way very much important. Make we go pay attention to them, because these are the things that we go for present before God Almighty tomorrow. We go make God, Allah, go happy and pleased with waiting we don't do in this life.
Jazakumullah sana jaza for this beautiful explanation where it don't give with regards to this verse of the Quran, how the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't explain them. Of course, the promised Messiah alayhi salam be here for explaining for make we understand for say that none of una know the way be say it go free entirely from this fire that each and every one of una get for enter now this fire. It be get for explain for make we not out and for make we understand say you where they enter this fire for the sake of the love of God Almighty, then you will gain a reward, you will gain blessings, all right? But you maybe say it enter this fire for your own soul, for your own evil, then of course you will get a punishment. Jazakallah for this beautiful explanation where you don't give. The other thing they give where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write inside this book, Noah's Ark, you know, if you get for compare the moral teachings of the Holy Quran and the Bible, all right? So if you get for explain beautifully, I go request brother Alpha Sahib for making go explain the kind way how the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't describe inside this book. Now that be get for bring moral teachings where we say it compare the moral teachings of the Holy Quran and the moral teachings of the Bible. No, it be get for describe beautifully inside this book. So that explanation where the promised Messiah alayhi salam give at the requester brother Ahmad Alpha Sahib in order for making go explain to Famula way they watch this program.
Yes, the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam be explain moral teachings about the Holy Quran and the Gospel inside the Bible where it talk. Inside this book, it mentions say the Quran na the best book inside the whole religious books that way God Almighty create. No. And it don't create as a way for guide mortal man than the dunya. And any other person where it left that Quran they follow any other book, you don't go astray, because now the perfect book where the God Almighty himself na in words and na in the inside the book. And you don't talk say the gospel, for example, some of the things and the way them put there, the people them put there now, they not been there inside the way the God Almighty be don't forbid them, but then still they do it. Make mention of waiting. The swine where na the hog way then they eat inside the Bible where it did. They say God Almighty not be mentioned and they, but the Quran they already don't forbid and say na something where it bad. No. The other thing again where it make comparison where the Quran totally condemn na the area of drinking for the Muslim them. They say you not even tell people they say mortal my way in a Muslim, a fervent one, you know forbid somebody way for be a drunkard. But the Bible encourage that one day people and they come out the gospel, people and they come out now the place of worship, then they go sit down, then they drink, we are in, then they show some other merriment where in other inside the Bible where you don't look at her. And then they don't show say the Quran a perfect book, because all the things that way the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam say God Almighty be mentioned and they now be thing the way it be don't condemn in the God Almighty don't don't condemn for mortal man there because that day they lead them astray. And I make they compare that to any other book. It even go further for talk say. He say the Quran where it dey people then they talk say the Muslims then they anytime once you do them bad then they try for return gear and the bad thing because most of the time they don't get the area of forgiveness. He said no. He said the area of forgiveness they in two sides. We are in the Bible say where person do you bad you get for forgive her and forget about her. He said no. He said the area of forgiveness you get for tell the person say if the person not get for repeat that kind of action then you get right for forgive her. But if you look at and say the person, this action where you don't do, tomorrow back you get for do and you get for repeat for do again, then you get right for let you correct her so that tomorrow it go be an example in the society. The gospel mention say where person do you bad, you get for forgive him and forget. But the Quran where we get tell we say where person they do bad, you get for look at in two folds. Within the twofold. One, you get for look at the person say, this bad way you don't do, if you not get for repeater at all, it take out say, the repeater, you they forgive her. They say, but if you look at the person again, you dey for compare and say, this person, this bad way you don't do, even if I forgive her today, tomorrow you can't continue for doing again, then you get for punish and small for that kind of bad thing we don't do, so that you not go repeat and tomorrow, and other people that not go take us as example na society. This not the way where the Quran get for compare, because now a perfect book, it get for day for correct people their mistakes and try for put them at the right path, so that they go not go na the bad side where God Almighty no wants for let them go there. This not some of the things that where the promised Messiah they mention inside this book, Noah's Ark.
Jazakumullah Jaza for this beautiful explanation where it don't give with regards to the moral teachings of the Bible and that of the Holy Quran, and of course where you don't bring some of the examples and they try for compare. We don't find out for say and the promised Messiah don't even talk down there for say the Quran are the perfect book. If you left OT the Quran don't say, then you go astray. Jazakallah for this nice explanation where you don't give. The other thing again where the promised Messiah don't write na this book Noah's Ark, now that if you get for give some of the qualities of a king where Allah the Almighty don't highlight inside Surah Al-Fatiha and be get for describing beautifully inside this book. So that fine and nice explanation where the promised Messiah don't give inside this book. The request brother Hassan Sissisa for making go explain to family where they watch this program.
Yeah, a very interesting part of the book, as the promised Messiah Islam he explained, Surah Al-Fatiha, with reference to the qualities where Allah the Almighty get, where that oneself a link to qualities where one them when are kings or leaders them for get. And according to the analysis we give, it states up to 4 qualities them where a king for get, and then qualities then they as well a link them with the Almighty Allah. And when he been they explain and make a known that the first quality where the king or anybody where na leader where he get, now that such person he forget the ability for able for nourish in people. And with this quality been linked to the quality of Allah the Almighty, when a Rabbul Alameen, and a Lord of all the world. When I say in the nourisher of everybody, whether person believe in him or not believe in him, it ensure say a nourishment go reach him. So the one safe way now a leader for ensure say for forget this kind of quality, whether the person believe in him, whether the person yesterday been vote for you or not vote for you or not, now your responsibility of as a leader for provide for him then nourishment and the second quality of a king where the promised Messiah Islam mentioned now that the king if we're able for make arrangement for all the necessity we required of a subject out of in kingly mercy. And this one it been for link to the attribute of Allah the Almighty, where na Ar-Rahman, where na the gracious God. So the one way na a king if we get this quality in him for provide for the need of in people irrespective of whether they've been there in favor of or not. So this aspect it make Allah we known say this na one as well where Allah the Almighty possess as the gracious one. And he also take we to the third quality where the king for possess now that if for able for help in subject them for make them go achieve thing them where they not go for achieve with their own strength, with their own sabi. And this one it been for link to the attribute of Allah the Almighty when Ar-Rahim, where na the merciful God. So the one when a king, if we're also able to get that upper hand for able to provide for the means of in people, and especially the thing that we don't able to achieve. Let it provide the way, let it have the chance, let it open the lane, let it have the opportunity, so that they go forget then kind big reward and blessing and day. And the final one we mention, we say this now equality with the king for possess, now that if forget the power for dispense reward and punishment, so that the social conditions them within the society not go get disturbance. And this one a link unto the attribute of Allah, wena Maliki Yawmiddin, master of the day of judgment. So meaning the quality of a leader, the quality of a king, if you're able to dispense justice. You know, when somebody do good, you for reward them, of course, and at the same time, when somebody do bad, according to the laws of the land, therefore subject the person according to the punishment when I established one. So he say, for make we will get a better understanding of this is not the reason why even Allah the Almighty self get this quality as master of the day of judgment. Yeah. So on the day of judgment, Allah the Almighty go give reward to the one them we being obey him, and self he go prefer, or rather he go give punishment to the one that will not be listening to him at all. Yeah. So he say these are qualities we every leader, every king must possess if you want to succeed in leadership, if you want to succeed in kingship.
Jazakumullah sanad jaza for this beautiful explanation where it don't give with regards to the qualities where a king need forget. You know, one part then quality then they now for make able for nourish for in people then forget sorry out for each and every one. Then the other thing that if we're able for provide thing them we be say then people in family unable for attain, then I forget that power, that quality for forgive and punish. Jazakallah for this beautiful explanation where it don't give. The other thing again where the Promised Messiah don't write inside this book Noah's Ark, you know, he began for explain the three main sources of guidance where Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam don't left for we the Muslim them. So that explanation where the Promised Messiah don't give inside this book, the requester we brother Ahmad Alpha Sahib in order for make it go explain to Fambulem.
Yes, the Promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam be talk, a writer inside this book say the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam before he did die, he be left three things with we the mortal man then at the dunya. One of the first thing we he been left with the Muslim then for always follow, or with the mortal man then for always follow, and the teachings of the Holy Quran. What is there inside the Holy Quran, now you for always follow. The other thing where the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam been tell the Muslim ummah then for follow that na in sunnah. That will not the second one. And the third one will be the hadith, when na be the sayings of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Jazakumullah sanad jaza for this beautiful explanation where it don't get with regards to the main sources where the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam don't left for we. One are the Quran in Sunnah and the Hadith. They say boku thank you to Unu where una don't join me today for discuss this book here Noah's Ark. Dear viewers, at that time permit me for the discussion of this book here. So today we are Noah's Ark. They encourage each and every one of una for make una go visit the official website when www.alislam.org. Go to the library and look for the books there where the Promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write. You go see among them books there Noah's Ark. Download them for make you go read them for you very safe, so that you go able to understand better one the carry out the Promised Messiah alayhi salam don't explain things there inside this book. And for the one that we did in our salon, they refer them to the headquarters when number 15 Bar Street, Brookfield, Freetown. Make them come and buy the hard copy at a low cost. Until we meet again next time, they say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
वक्त था वक्त मसीहा न किसी और का वक्त मैं ना आता तो कोई और